Okay, guys. Oh man, I'm so mad at YouTube right now. I wrote a specific user, Marriage. He asked me a question about Pogge and Clemmensen. I wrote him the longest friggin' message, or her, and it got deleted. So you can all enjoy the answer now. He's a long-time subscriber, and I figure he deserves a very good answer. Should the Leafs call up Clemmensen or Pogge? And by call up, I assume he means play. So I'll address that, but it kind of overlaps calling up in general. There are reasons, in my opinion, for calling up Clemmensen and against calling up Pogge. Clemmensen is 30, 31, 32? Something like that. Let's say 31. He's played most of his career as a backup. And he's doing decently with the Marlies. He's making $600,000. What has he got to lose? And what do the Leafs have to lose with him as a backup goalie or temporary replacement? Nothing. If Raycroft doesn't play up to par, then there is absolutely no risk whatsoever in calling up Clemmensen. Even if you have to send Raycroft down through waivers, big friggin' deal. Thank you for the cap room very much. Thank you. Like, I do like Raycroft. I like the guy. I think he's got a bum rap. He's not that great, but again, we're not paying him great dollars. We're paying him too much for a backup. But call up Clemmensen. You have nothing to lose, and he's been doing okay with the Marlies. His counterpart, Justin Pogge, has got less games this season in the AHL. To my knowledge, I checked last week. It might be different now. But his stats have been a wee bit better. I understand he got a shutout last night. Way to go, Mr. Pogge. But why would you call up a 21-year-old goalie? Actually, let's stop there. Why would you call up a 21-year-old goalie? Doesn't make sense. He has to be a phenom to call up a 21-year-old goalie. Carey Price, okay. Tuukka Rask, okay. Those are very rare cases. Very rarely will you call a goalie up that young. And that's not to say Pogge's not going to be great, and that's not to say he's not good now. He's going to be a very good player, I hope. When you rush him up, you risk the chance of shattering his confidence. One, from losing a lot, which could happen. And two, from the brutal fans here. This is the harshest hockey market there is, maybe Montreal. It's definitely between us two. I challenge you to tell me a worse market. I really do. I hear the Philly fans are pretty harsh, but I don't know. So you're going to call up a 21-year-old who's expected to be the Jesus of the Leafs, the savior of the Leafs. And if he does anything but, he will be murdered by the Leafs fans. 21-year-old comes up onto a team with shoddy defense, shoddy and injured defense, shoddy team defense with the forwards. They take too many stupid penalties. They have awful power play, awful penalty kill. You're going to put a 21-year-old goalie into that? Clemmensen and Pogge in this goalie situation would be temporary solutions to a temporary problem. Clemmensen, again, 31. Pogge is 21. He's a long-term investment. You don't put a long-term investment into a temporary solution. I managed to copy and paste part of the message I wrote, Marriage, that got deleted. So pissed about that, but here it is. It kind of sums up what I've been saying. Pogge is the future. It's important that he gains experience in the minors first, and this, to me, is his first real season in the AHL, playing much more than last year. If you call up Pogge now, you risk rushing his development. Again, see Marc-Andre Fleury. Call him up later, he'll be prepped and ready. An injured Toskala is a temporary problem. A competitive Pogge is a long-term investment. The Leafs are not in desperate need of help in net. They're shaky in net, but this is Toronto. From a management standpoint, who cares if the Leafs lose now? People will still come to the games next year. They're the richest team in hockey, and they won't risk losing a long-term asset for a temporary problem that doesn't desperately need fixing. I hope. Anyway. I really hope. Can you imagine if they trade away a bunch of guys like that? I say keep Clemmensen as the backup anyway. I haven't even seen what he can do yet. I don't care. Free up the cap room. You got to sign Steen, Stajan, Wellwood, etc., etc. Matt Sundin would have to be a saint to re-sign with the Leafs for the money that he is making now at the pace he is going. He's on pace to get, the last I checked, 92 points, and he's making $5 million. If you can pay Pavel Kabina more, I hope that answers your question, Marriage. Long-time subscriber. I thought you deserved that. Thank you.